The top 5 things I did as a functional dietitian to go from borderline bedbound with autoimmune issues to now traveling the world full time as a nomad and genuinely loving my life. If you have autoimmune issues, you know that one, it can just be very hard living with them. And two, trying to navigate what it's like to heal can be incredibly confusing. There's so much information out there, half of which is utter crap, and the other half of which is going to tell you you can't feel better, which spoiler, you can. Here are the top 5 things that I did to cut through all that BS and the noise to help you start feeling better ASAP. The first is going to be to eat enough food. So, if you're not giving your cells the macro and micronutrients that they need to promote healing, you're not going to heal. Second, actually eat carbs. Doesn't mean eat lots of pasta and pizza, but eat whole food carbs because glucose is your cell's preferred fuel source. If you have more questions on that, I did a video a few weeks back about why you need carbs in your healing. The next is actually rest and listen to your body. Your number one skill with autoimmune disease is to be able to tune in to say, hey, when is pushing myself actually going to feel better? And when do I really need to rest? Rest is not something most people with autoimmune disease are great at. This is time to become a little bit lazier. This next one is probably the most important, and it's understand what's actually driving your autoimmune disease. Yes, there can be many contributing factors, but the three lowest hanging fruit that you want to look at are your gut health, your nervous system health, and any nutrient deficiencies. Addressing anything else before that is just going to be a waste of your time and effort. I'll actually do a video on these coming up pretty soon, so stay tuned for that. And last but not least, and maybe the hardest to implement, is prioritize joy. I know when you feel like your body is actually on fire or crumbling, it's very hard to say, like, how do I have some joy today? Doesn't have to be anything big. Start small, watch a TV show that you love, eat a nourishing food that you love, but try to make joy an everyday occurrence because if you're pinning your happiness on that future end state when you're healed, you're always going to be pushing happiness off for the future, even if or when you're finally healed. Yes, the world of healing autoimmune disease can feel very complicated and convoluted, but your healing starts with these very foundations. If you're in the thick of it and want more tips on how to manage your autoimmune disease so you can start feeling better and live a life you love, follow along for more. I have plenty more tips coming your way from somebody who has lived it herself and who now helps others navigate it.